Right, can you hear us? I hope we have set the Teams platform. Yeah, fifth one is about should we start now? Maybe going there. If any technical error is informed, right, by team participants. Right, this is about strategic planning process. Earlier we discussed the general planning. Yeah, general planning is to help this implementing this, executing this. This is based on the mission, but they also be noted, no, the all levels of goal setting should follow the mission statement of the organization. But here, the main purpose of now may faculty in the now set campus. How then? Oh. Ah. Mobile TV. See, you can add a degree complete MBA. Right. Attack net. Continuous assessment. Planning, right? Like when we do, you see the differences between this and that. How about online members? Can you hear me? Can you see the materials? I hope. The other days I didn't do any corrections to the team members.
Yes, sir, you hearing me?
Huh?
Yes, you hearing. It's always done.
Right. Then these are areas we are going to see. First, managers should think strategically without thinking and works. The thing is a little bit about the strategic thinking of managers. After that, we will define strategic management because strategic planning comes under the key subject area strategic management. It's like looks like a chess game playing, like mentioned here. But a similar definition can be given for strategic planning as well. Right after that, we will identify the diagram and describe the key steps of that. But up to this point, up to the execution point. After that, the general planning should help implementing and executing this. Even evaluation should be done based on the operational level information. Right. Finally, we will identify new trends in a strategy area, right, in the forms of strategic strategic alliances, partnerships, and different global business strategies used by organizations. This will be considered further with the diagram as well. These have been already considered in the first lesson as well. Because second considered. But in addition to that, there are many models used in the strategic management area, like Porter's process model, Porter's three generic strategies. In A levels also, I think you might study the A level syllabus. Business studies. Three options, three approaches to implement or construct corporate level strategies, like for portfolio strategy, BCG matrix model, and using a diversification strategy. Right. Like levels are identified for goals, similar levels can be identified for strategies as well. But here we don't consider operational level strategies. But we call that operational level strategies. But in operational level, mostly activities are carried out, activities to help these strategies. So sometimes tactics are carried out. Then it is started with the SWOT analysis. These are some new terms, common for strategies. Another one, upper level strategies are considered as advanced strategies. These are the steps in the strategic management or strategic planning process. Then I showed the slides contains as well. This is somewhat new. If one can argue that why I am teaching this at this basic level, right? It's for the preparation. But in practice, all are working together. Now any other practice. Another thing is mostly we have to get ready for the next stage by doing things in another stage. We have to get ready for the future. That's the true meaning of studying, no? Studying, learning. Studying here, developing. Without developing, on the current. This is the many develop one cannot get material in that develop not at Munaka, Bandai can get the Danakan information back and side essential target should be under Dharma. Okay, then one by one we will consider. Again, perspective being arrogant basic other apart from the undergraduate and but I will do a basic degree here. That means go for masters, PhD. That's the best thing. But then in the first lesson we considered these and management skills. When I was explaining conceptual skills of managers, right? Under the skills of managers, we considered similar things. Right? Those words can be used here to explain strategic thinking of managers. How it can be described? One way you have to consider the manager should take or have a long-term perspective. Right? And another way, you can say that managers should have a big picture about the environment and the organization and operations. But only knowing the big picture is not enough. They should know the operational level things as well. Peace will also should be known. That's a big picture that again. Like from here you have to pass. Yeah, you could have candy. Right. Therefore, these should be considered practical. Yeah, the big picture means you should know the parts of that test. Then managers also should know how to match the organization with the environment, with the environment, how to fit that. Those are different ways, meanings behind strategic thinking. Right. Therefore, strategic thinking is important for managers in both for-profit and not-for-profit organizations. The reason is, irrespective of the nature of the business, all organizations have strategic goals to achieve. They have stated objectives to achieve. But this is highly essential. This strategic thinking is highly essential for managers in for-profit organization in order to ensure the superior performance of the business to increase the profit and achieve other goals. But for profit organization also, those administrators, managers need to think strategic because they have to satisfy social goals, social objectives, facing different events, projects. Right. Therefore, forgetting the types of organization, we can say all managers need to think strategically today, right, to satisfy business goals. Even a small business organization needs that. On a manager needs that. Sarkati में अवधि इन्होंने competitively customers का अलग करने का आवश्यक तो हमारा टिकट तो बाबा साहब ने कहा कर दिया तो customers they expect now designs shapes for their lives. Not only the haircut but other supporting value-added services also should be given. But the katakan terutama ini reasonable budget should be done. Value for money mana yang ada? But itu latihan value for money ODG. Otherwise, you can't ensure survival and growth of your business today. Therefore, especially senior managers and all managers should think strategically. Right? Maybe they should have a big picture. They should know how to fit the organization with the changing environment. Then they need to have a long-term perspective. Then This is the definition for strategic planning and management. This is only one definition. This identifies only the two components of strategic management process, formulation and execution only. But some other strategic management scholars do identify the all three components, even evaluation also. Evaluation they can do prepare with strategic plans, nice. Therefore, both schools should be considered that. In the school, only first two components in the strategic management process should be identified. No error in that. They may assume that the other components should be done with the general plan. And the operational level, right? But that is also part evaluation. But when you study that subject later, I think that is in your syllabus of strategic management. In those lectures, we do that. Then I am reminding you. We have to consider evaluation component also, strategy evaluation. But this definition now first to have been considered, saying that it's a set of decisions and actions. Yeah, since action, no, the action should come the implementations. Used to formulate and execute strategies to provide commitment superiority to the organization. To fill the gaps between the environment and the organization. Finally, any strategy should be able to help achieve the goal, corporate goals. Right. As I said, it looks like a chess game play. Chess game. Right. You can think of Lanka and chess as a good exercise for you. Train. Right. That's a okay way to do that. Right. When you are free. Some of them wake up online and program studying chess. Now I think games. Games on the night. Physically, कार्ड पे करने का तैयार ऑनलाइन कर ऑनलाइन हमारे लवे क्लास तो ऑनलाइन लेकर आए हैं टिकटॉक पे में लेकर गेम से ना से करेंगे फिजिकल एंगेजमेंट फास्ट है तो हम ऑनलाइन में का होती है स्टार्ट those are additional things that even technology should be used with limitations. There are limits. There can be many more definitions about strategic management or strategic planning. But anyhow, in any definition, fill the gap between the organization and the environment, and the leader between strategic advantages. Two strategies should be had. Only goal achievement is not enough. It should be done gaining strategic advantage. That's why the generic strategy should be used, as said by Michael Ford, to gain cost advantages, cost leadership, or differentiation. Through differentiation, also companies can gain advantages. The last one is the market strategies. But today, all three should work together in midstream. First, we try to differentiate quality paragraph. Customers have niche access then do differentiation many options are available. No? Even channels can be used to differentiate. Price also can be used to differentiate. Quality can be used to differentiate. Sometimes packaging can be used to differentiate. Courtesy of service of the staff members also can be used to differentiate. Or the technologies, social media, etc., can be used to differentiate. There are many ways to do that. Or collaborations. Business collaborations can be used to differentiate the product. Now, Nissan is going to merge with online Mitsubishi company to minimize the losses and to come back. Right. That's how strategic planning strategy should be considered. There are many ways, innovative ways to do that. But anyhow, managers can answer these questions based on strategic thinking and strategic planning. These are the basic critical questions to be answered. One is they should know what are the changes and trends in the current marketplace, right? Then they should know what are the strengths and weaknesses of it. That also should be added. Before they know those competitors, they should know what are the strengths and weaknesses of them. Right. After that, they should know those competitors. Right. Then after that, they should know who are their customers or consumers. Then they should also know how those consumers and customers should be satisfied through a product or a service most efficient or economical compared to the customers. And with the long-term perspective mentioned there, they also should know what are the trends in the future of the business or the industry as well. Right. Likewise, strategic thinking or strategic planning can help managers to answer these questions. Okay, now. So, add here, you have to know strengths and weaknesses of your company. Right. Then these are the steps in the strategic planning or strategic management process. As I said, evaluation is not considered here. It might be done in the general plan. They are also through the MBO, no? MBO process. MBO. But most managers do not know they are using MBO method. But definitely they have to engage in those steps, 4 steps. Right. Then strategic planning management process starts with the environmental analysis or environmental audit. Environmental analysis, environmental audit, environmental scanning, right? But as we noted in the previous session, 2 types of environment should be audited or scanned or analyzed or diagnosed. Internal, external, right? But mostly managers use the SWOT analysis for this environmental scan and the use scan SWOT analysis. Mostly used in the SWOT analysis. සමහර කෙනා කම්පිටිටිව් ඇනලිසිස් කරලා SWOT යූස් කරන්න පුළුවන්. නම් කම්පිටිටිව් එකට වැඩි මොන වෙනවද? පෝර්ටල්ස් නේ. පෝර්ටල්ස් 5 process analysis. SWOT එක තුලනේ SWOT එක වැඩි වෙන overall environmental scanning and to derive SW and OT variables. OT variables. Right. Then SW can be derived through the internal environmental loading. Opportunities and threats can be derived through the external environmental loading. Right. Then strengths and opportunities are the positive characters, right? Enhancing company performance. But former is identified internally, latter is identified externally. Weaknesses and threats are the factors hindering the company performance. Keep company from performing, not from performing, not from performing. They may hinder the performance. Then former is identified internally, latter externally. They have been explained that. Right, then through the SWOT analysis, as the outcome of that, managers should be able to identify the grand strategy, evaluate the current mission and the formation of the grand strategies. Right, grand strategies are the upper level strategies used by managers to shape up or modify the business, current business. Right. Then what are the popular strategies used by managers? Product development, market development, turnaround, जब बात करें ना crisis होते हैं turnaround, ये product development नहीं करना turnaround, government करते हैं क्या नहीं turnaround, cost cutting, Lanka, now they use it, ये जो अभी नहीं है, happens in the last round, what is that? Liquidation of divestment strategy. Yeah, these are the popular grand strategies used by businesses in the world. Right. Product development, market development, turnaround, and liquidation. Product divestment. The mission goals were noted in the previous session. 3 levels of goals should be developed. Strategic goals, technical goals, operational goals. A part of the goals, plans and goals. In this session, we have to use the term strategies. Strategies. The ways of achieving the goals. Strategies. Right. Then based on the strategy, the company should formulate or identify corporate level goals. But there's a new level coming here. What is that? Business level. But this is applicable to organizations having different businesses. Group companies, diversified organizations. It can say Srilanka, partner. Then CW Mackie, then ADs, many group companies. For them, next to the corporate level strategy identification, they should identify business level strategies. Or SBU strategies. SBU strategies. After that, to support their business level, definitely all organizations should identify functional level strategy, departmental level strategy. Because though they have different businesses, the common functions cannot be abolished. They should be continued, like production, marketing, HR, accounting, finance, research and development, ICT. Those should be there. Those activities should be performed. Right. Otherwise, resources cannot be utilized maximum capacity. Right. To execute strategies, these critical successful factors are also required. Without them, organizations cannot implement these strategies. They will remain only as nice documents. They cannot be put into the practice. Implement this. For that purpose, these factors are essential for all organizations. What are those factors? Leadership, corporate culture. It can be taken as another point, but both have been mentioned together. Leadership, corporate culture, structure, human resources, communication, even technology. Likewise, we can identify critical successful factors. No? But all should be there together, not only one at a time. Not only the leadership, even it's a matter of having good people also. Right. Then style of leadership. Right. Then to guide everything, there should be good supporting culture. Right. The structure, strategy, culture go hand in hand together. Right. That's how we can identify the scope of the strategic management with these keywords and boxes or elements. You can see the directions of arrows also, no? They are connections also. Right. These arrows indicate these are subject to changes, no, based on the information gained from the environmental SWOT analysis. Then these continues from this point based on mission, goals, and grand strategies. Then this is a common definition for a strategy or strategies. Right. Then it is also a plan. No? Strategy is also a mode of plan. Right. It's a course of action, a plan of action. But it should describe clearly resource allocation, activities, how to deal with the environment, and the responsibility, even state responsibility to perform the activity, and how to gain competitive advantages. How to gain competitive advantages to achieve the goal. Those should be clearly described by a strategy. Therefore, strategies are also action plans, or plans of actions. Right. Even action plans can be used at the top level, middle level, operational level, and given in action plans. අපි ඉතින් කතා කරන operational level එකේ විතරයි action plans එකේ කරන්නේ නේද practically. That's in the book. Board of directors are doing action plans. Otherwise, they cannot identify their responsibility. The level of management as action plans. So plans of actions. Duties, set of duties. Right. Then, as I said, the grand strategies are the high-level strategies that shape the course of business. Compared to tactics, these strategies or grand strategies should focus on long-term goal achievement of the business. Right. These are the popular grand strategies, no? Market growth or market development, market growth, product development, product growth, then turnaround and liquidation. Other common four subjects for all businesses. You are currently with the I think I agree. Market growth and new market. Product growth and new product. New product and new market can සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම new නෙවෙයි. ඒ දෙකේ පොඩි වෙනසක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් product development කියපුවාම ඕනනම් තියෙන product එක අලුත් packaging එක දෙකම product development තමයි. දැන් කාලයක වෙනස් කරොත් සමන් කියලා කියන තව අලුත් ඒවා දාන්න කේස් එක. ඉතින් එහෙම කරන්නේ product development එකේ අලුත් establishment එක දෙනවා නේද? තව කොහොමද ඒක දෙනවා. product development. ඒකෙම තමයි market development. customers වෙනවා අලුත් customers. ඉන්න අය හදවා ගන්න. අපලෙම කරන්නේ බඩි විදිහට කරනවා නේද? බඩි product development that leads to the market development. නේද cards එකක් දෙනවා නේද? දැන් අපිට scan කරලා ගන්න. Okay, that's environment can be saved. They can reduce company can reduce the cost. Can reduce the usage time, cycle time. Phone के कौन scan करें QR code है function से screen में ना है अंदर कैमरा की हाँ कैमरा के गंदे पे फोटो ही जैसे तो ये ऐसे या ड्रोन कैमरा है ये फोटो तो ऑटोमेटिकली है ना that's how product can be developed or service can be developed. Then You have to use new technologies, digital technologies, mostly today. එතකොට මම කිව්වා ටෙක්නොලොජි යූස් කරන්න පුළුවන් ටර්න් අරවුන්ඩ් වලට විතරක් නෙවෙයිනේ. ප්‍රොඩක්ට් ඩෙවලොප් කරන්නත් යූස් කරන්න පුළුවන්. මාකට් ඩෙවලොප් කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. වෙබ්සයිට් එකක් හදුවා මේක that will provide no as a information. It will be the task. Website එකක් තියෙනවා. නැත්නම් social media. Facebook වගේ. මේ සංග්‍රහය වෙනස් වෙනවා ප්‍රැක්ටිකලි. ඉතින් right, then after knowing these keywords, we have to consider the steps. First one is to do a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is careful assessment of these four variables, SWOT, right, that affect company operations and performance. Then as individuals, we can do a SWOT analysis, right, for us. Right. Then these first two are identified internally. First one is positive internal characteristics that help to enhance the performance. What are the examples for competent managers, competent or skilled employees, strong culture, supportive culture, strong culture, flexible structure or supportive structure, human resource, quality of human resource, then sometimes location, then brand and goodwill, very brand, goodwill, reputation, those are the strengths. Weaknesses are opposite things, no? It can keep company from performing, away from performing, or restrict performing. Then all opposite words mentioned to the strength can be taken in poor management, right? Unskilled labor or demotivated employees, poor structure, poor culture, poor financial strength, poor location, poor company brand reputation. Those are weaknesses. Negative. Never. This is enough, no? Sorry. Previous one. Yeah, I have to place my signature also, no? On the top of each sheet. The likewise, we can identify the presence of OTs as well. These are identified externally as set for strength. Opportunities are the external characters that help performing. Right. Threats are the external characters that may prevent the organization from performing, no, or achievement. Right. Restrictive. Right. Examples of opportunities: sound government policies, no, policies, procedures, high increase in the population, increasing the education system. What is high investment in the country, good infrastructure facilities in the country. What is using development of the technology, advancement of the national technology at the national level. Those other things are external things which can help performing. Then weather, climate, if all come as bad things, those are the threats. Poor political stability, poor legal environment, poor government regulations. Right now, recently even it rectified tax rates, increase company tax rate from 40 to 45 now. It's a threat for companies because they have to reduce the attributable profit to shareholders. Profit after tax will go down. It will affect the shareholders' income. They may rethink of investing in shares. Including tax now, I mean, now nothing I will corporate tax. Everybody know it. What side here? The doubling the withholding tax would affect the national savings. Right. It will reduce the national savings. Then in long term, national investment will go down. But now there's a slight increase, steady increase in the share market, share prices. This is a temporal one. Because our economy markets are very irrational. Srilanka, developing countries, we have very irrational markets, regular markets. Information accessibility is high of information in different markets. When there is the activity is there, then we can develop market. These are short-term waves in the share market. In the long run, it will go down. Some say that only the individual powerful few players may distort that market, manipulate that market to enhance their gains, personal gains, not to gain the majority. In a well-established market, this cannot be done by selected individuals. In the diagram, we know that these levels of strategies after this one, I explained this already. Corporate level strategies, business level, and functional level. We don't recognize the operational level strategies here, but without them, these would not happen now. Right. Corporate level strategy may answer this question: what the business the organization is in. Then business level strategies, so SPU strategies may answer the question how the organization need to compete to enhance the overall performance through different businesses. Right. When we consider John Keel's, I have what is the details from KP Engineering. I remember it has different businesses like printing, shipping line, cargo, plantations, hotels, distributions, now energy businesses as well. Likewise, those are different SBUs. The group has Srilanka insurance, there is also life general. Then what is golden key? We have to say the finance. Most are not before we will learn. So the reason is probably faster. Even before passing the day, he had a lot of problems, issues. If the leadership is poor at top, then it will affect the whole reputation of the group. Right. Those are some examples of the diversified businesses having SBUs. Different products or different markets are there. Now most organizations have diversified step by step. Even Tableau has diversified the electronic business or furniture business. Now it has plantations, it sells electronic items as well, even POs, tea packets, right? Produce to sell plantation. Plantation in no areas. But it should be done carefully. Yeah. The diversification should be done carefully. Otherwise, huge losses can happen. It will affect the company's overall reputation. That happened to one incorporation during our childhood. One incorporation is the best one. This group company. I mean, different companies, including now is under Mr. but the focus, all the money. We did the quick diversification unnecessary. Then, yes. Therefore, diversification is a risky strategy. Should be done carefully. Even EAP group, no, diversified shows incur a lot of huge losses in new businesses done under only Sarmali is operating. There's a competition for that for small scale jewelers. Then it has Sarno ideas, the TV channel, the radio channel also. Right. Those are marginally from that. Right. In functional level strategy should communicate how they help these two, no, in a hierarchy. If business level strategy, the functional level strategy should directly help business, not directly operate. But they cannot be abolished. In the general planning also we consider this, no, as tactical level plans, tactical level goals. Right. We will take corporate level strategies first. These are the top level strategies. Then organizations can use or consider these three approaches, right, to deal with the corporate level strategies. But these should be understood carefully or practically. Right. First one is what? Having a portfolio strategy. The meaning of that is what? Using the different business level strategies together. at the maximum level. That's the meaning of the portfolio. The portfolio not be considered under business strategies. SBE. Portfolio means investment business portfolio investment strategy. The investor should have different investments, no? Not only one. Having one is risky, no? They may have different investments. But when they consider these different investment as a mix, it is considered as a portfolio. Similar thing is considered here for having different businesses by an organization. Why it should be done in a mixed way? Because different SKUs have different competitive positions, different products, different markets, different customers, different managers, different processes. Likewise, therefore, they should be managed distinctly. But finally, overall domain profitability, sales, revenue should be enhanced, increased. That's the idea behind portfolio. That's the worry about senior managers, no? Like Dami Pereira, no? Overall profit here. I don't need to hear. Take a day to one. So, now you gather it. That's a question. That should be done. Well, I was with the Anglican on the next. Staff and person. I think the manager should not discourage. Challenge professionalism of other employees. Then he or she should not be considered as a great leader. Right. Second approach to deal with the comparative strategies is having or using the BCG matrix introduced by one American popular consultant, Boston Consultancy Group. Studies. Right. In this matrix, we have to consider two things. One is the nature of the market or the industry. Whether it is going down or going up. The COVID are going down now. Even construction industry is now going down. There's a high demand. That should be known first. After the nature of the industry where you are in, it can be low, even moderate. Right. After that, the organization should know, or the business should know, its market share, relative market share in the industry, whether it is low or high. Right. Based on this, four positions of the SBU can be identified as per the BCG matrix. Right. Star position is the best one, where the industry is performing well. In that, the business is also performing well. That's the best position. Star. The third position is the low position. Both are low. Industry is also not performing well, growing well. Then company, the business is also not performing. It's the first situation. Right. These low businesses should be dragged further. But if further they cannot be dragged, they should be liquidated, closed down. But it should be done at the after several evaluations. In the first decision, it should not be done, or should be carried out, carried forward. Right. During COVID, a lot of firms closed down. Some businesses, no? You have been industry affected. industry badly affected. But there are some sectors benefited from COVID, like telecommunications, software, Zoom. There's a high demand for healthcare, vaccine, there's high demand. They capitalize, gain lot, billions of money. Right. These are good, but there's a problem in one side. Question marks, SBUs have a problem in the market share. Question is in the business position. But industry is performing well. In cash cows, there's a problem in the industry. But business is performing well. They are generating additional cash flows. Then these additional cash flows can be put into the question mark businesses. That's how the portfolio business strategy can be used. But BC needs to identify the position. Right. Then portfolio decision should be what we discussed about can be used here to manage it in a mix. If these are generating continuous losses to the company, then best thing is to close down them or sell them out to another company. Unilever's they had World's ice cream, no? World's ice cream. They have got a benefit. Due to a labor strike or something, it had to be closed down. The World's ice cream now can disagree. Then fuel part so no World's ice cream if had those situation, I think they will close them. Right. Sometimes the whole business becomes a door. Then the thing is to close down, sell out. All business, single business. Right. Right. Then cash cows may come to the start subject to the industry performance. Right. All the time industries are not underperforming, no? Sometimes they may come to the performance with cash cows and businesses can be they can be slowly move towards the star business. These also can be forwarded to the stars with investment, further investment in money and other resources. The reason is industry is performing well, there's a chance to grow up. But the market share problem of the business can be minimized through the diversification, differentiation, and so on. Cost leadership, so on. These also can be developed subject to the performance of the industry as well as the strategies, new strategies undertaken to do this. Most companies try to have strategic alliance to elevate the low businesses. Low loss making business. Turnaround turnaround කරලා වේගන කරන්නේ strategic analysis. අර design turnaround කරන්නේ CEO ගේ salary එක 150 කඩු කරලා employees tax salary එක නමුත් මාස ගානකට ඇදගෙන යන්න පුළුවන් ඒවා. Then as a long-term solution, we started merging with other parties, Japanese parties. Right. Then kata කරාට corporate level strategy, portfolio diversification, competitive strategies all should go together. Right. The third approach used at the corporate level is the diversification. That means having both things new, fully new, marketing and product to be new. Right. It's a risky decision. A lot of investment should be done. But there are examples. Nokia initially, Nokia functioned in paper mill or timber mill, then in cable manufacturing, in consumer electronics. Step by step, with strategic alliances with other partners, it jumped to the cell phone manufacturing. Several years, Nokia held market leader, which is now it is not the market leader. There's a huge competition from newcomers like Samsung, Oppo, Vivo, those are Huawei, Chinese cell phone manufacturers, Korean manufacturers. Due to that, it lost the market share. The key reason is, I think, like Apple, Nokia's strategy, culture did not guide to have constant market research to identify the changing customer needs of cell phone users in the world. Especially, it separated the performance or behavior of the emerging markets. Cell phone users in the emerging markets, like countries like India. Due to that, it lost. It only considered the competition from the Western companies like Motorola. Not regarded the possible threat coming from the non-Western manufacturers. That happened to lose the market share position by Nokia. But Apple has been doing a lot of research, not only to identify the threat of the Westerners, but the threat of the other markets, other areas in the world. That might be happening at Apple due to the systems developed by Steve Jobs. He was he had a learning mindset, not all the time. Without learning, corporate learning, he said that innovations would not happen in the future. Those are the values developed by Steve Jobs to Apple. But such values, overall values, have not reached it to finish company. Initially, it might, but due to the decision not by Microsoft, that might be broken. In 2030, Microsoft acquired Nokia for a certain few years, 1 or 2 years. Again, it was taken back by another Finnish company. Now Nokia belongs to the Finnish. That may be the landmark to destroy the culture. Same happened to Nissan also. Nissan had Western manager that shop model for several years. Business. Japanese culture. Therefore, now Japanese is running. But it's too late to recover. Redo the culture transmission because several years were held by the American person. Then finally, it's a matter of having good leadership at for any business. That's the determining factor. Right, then corporate discussion of the corporate level strategies is over. We will have a break now, no? 1:30. We were supposed to start at 12, but that's the starting time. Now 1:30. Roughly half the time is over. Here we will have a short break for about 15 to 20 minutes. Coming back, we will do the handout and go for a case study, right? I remember here we have to use the Walmart case study from the ebook. Another giant, like Nokia giant, but in the retail market. Okay, even online members, you may have a small break from your side for about 15 to 20 minutes. Local time is now 1:35.
Okay, sir.
Right. We will have a quiz also. We will continue the quiz up to 10 times. We will resume the lesson. Yeah, to deal with business level strategies, we can use this model introduced by Porter, Michael Porter. This is well known as five process model introduced by him. The main purpose of using this is to on the ACLs. Please to see the market competition or the industry competition, right? In the middle circle, we see the nature of the competition or level of the competition. That's the meaning of rivalry. Rivalry among current competitors in the market. That can be level of that can be decided based on the four factors surrounding. Right. Those are mentioned in the four boxes. Right. Then we can see the relationship of them with the first one, middle one. Level of market competition or competition among competitors in the market. That's the current existing ones. Right. One is what? The new interest, the threat of or trend of new interest to the market. New interests are the similar products or services given to the products or services of the organization or the business. Right. Yeah, business. But the same model can be used to see the market competition of single business organization as well. But here, theoretically, this is used for seeing the SBU competition. Because we said that different SBUs have had different industries or markets. Anyhow, overall, this can be used to see the market competition of an organization as well, right? When we collect these, it comes to the organization level. If the organization does not have different SBUs, even straightly this can be applied for that organization, having a particular business. Right. When new entrants are high, the rivalry among the current competitors, right, is also high. No, there's a positive, progressive relationship between this and this. If less, this is also less. Competition among the players is also less. Right. When we consider the right one, bargaining power of buyers or customers, when it is high, we can say the companies are in a perfect market competitive position. That is also high. If bargaining power of buyers is less, we see less competition to share the market by current competitors. That means there are lesser number of competitors in the market. That's the meaning. Right. Then when we consider the third one, threats of alternative products or services, substitutes, then which are similar to the new entrants, right? The relationship of this is similar to the relationship we noted with new entrants. When substitutes are high, alternatives are high, that means that creates high competition among current competitors. Can you give some examples for substitutes? It can be done in different ways. Are they said? But these should be given to satisfy a particular need. Thirsty need, consider thirsty. Now compared to all these, now there are more substitutes, alternatives. Right? We can use to address our thirsty or hunger need. There are many alternatives. Traditional foods are there, new foods are there, packaged foods are there, fast foods are there, right? Uber type deliveries are there. Visa does deliveries, no? Then more conveniently we can satisfy that today, right? Then that is the increased level of substitutions in a market or in an industry. Then because of this increased substitution, there's a high competitive level among the suppliers of these products. Suppliers means firms. Right. Okay, no? That is seen in everywhere, no? In clothing, in foods and beverage, in telecommunication, using mobile phones. There are many varieties of brands, right? Substitutions. Alternatives are very high. Even to select educational institutions, there are many options now. In future, it can be more and more. There are online methods, online education platforms, not only physical platforms. Right. You know, the number of alternatives available can increase the level of competition among the companies in the particular market or the industry. Okay. We don't have to study further, no? You can simply identify that. And vice versa. But there are some industries still there is a monopoly, right? Or a duopoly or a cartel. Then those competitors can have experience less number of rivals. Right. Now these are now today we are more in perfect market competitive situations, perfect competition. No much monopolistic situations today. No? In the petroleum market, we had earlier, now there are a few players. Government is going to invite more in future. And we will have alternatives, not to use traditional fuels, but some electric vehicles, solar power, right. Uh, in future, maybe chopper type vehicles, right. All these your technological developments enhances the availability of the substitutes options. Right, then the entire world would be more and more competitive in future because of this. Right. That is not bad actually, no? That is to fulfill our changing wants, want to satisfy the common needs. Right. Right. Then last one is bargaining power suppliers. How to consider this one with the rival? Yeah. If a company or a organization has one or two suppliers, then the one or two supplier has more bargaining power. If an organization has fewer suppliers, then it can reduce the bargaining power having with the suppliers. Right. Therefore, this happens in the backward way. The bargaining power of suppliers or supply relations should be with the firm should be considered to the competition in a backward way, not in the forward way. The buyer's engagement should be all other engagement in the other three boxes should be identified in the forward way. But supply relations engagement should be identified to the competition in the backward way. Right. But it also now affect because now the companies are doing a lot of supply relations. Supply chain is a matter of delivering the product to the customer through the global supply relations. The significance of that has further increased. In future also due to the net technology, online methods, the supplier role is very critical, though physical relations are minimized, right? Therefore, in a backward way, now and in future, this may again create a high competitive nature among competitors because likely or not, firms should be able to use these new ways of supply relations in a backward way, right or not. Otherwise, if a competitor tries to use them, it is a disadvantage to the company which does not use them. Therefore, in this dimension also, we see a strong positive connection with the rivalry nature of the firms in industry or market. But this is sure, bargaining power can be modified. sometimes it can be shifted from supplier to company. But only doing that, we can't say it is a solution to reduce the competition. We can't say so. Right? Here, competition means competition not with the supplier, but among the players in the industry. Okay. Amara matra tarde. Eka value na bisa kaduli. Supplier sa adu kara, value kara, atana tambah. But if firms can use suppliers strategically, that's a good strategy to reduce the competition. To face the competition, not to reduce, to face the competition successfully. Because quality improvement to improve the quality of the product and to attract customers. Oh, and to differentiate the product, the suppliers can play a huge role. Right. Unless the firm ensures the raw material and facility quality, it cannot ensure the final product quality. It's the backward relationship. It's very important. In collaborative world, it is collaborative world. This is very important for firms. Sometimes they may acquire. Some firms may acquire suppliers also to their portfolio. That's how they try to reduce competition. Then when we study Walmart case, you will realize that. Right, then that is over. It is very important to know because that's the main model usable to see the market competition, not a SWOT model. SWOT model can be used to analyze the overall environment. Right. Then these are the three strategies introduced generic. Three generic business strategies introduced by Porter. Right. Still, Porter is there, no? Attached to the Harvard Business School, Harvard University. Cool outside is also temperature is also high. Sunrise is high. Then better to stay around 20, 22, 23. Cost leadership. This is one old strategy. Even today, it should be done. Here, the organization should use aggressive cost reduction techniques such as using efficient facilities, undertaking cost reduction campaigns, having tight cost control methods. Right, all these can help to produce a very efficient product compared to competitors. Any business should be able to use that because the modern customers mainly expect to buy low cost products, with attractive prices. Right. But in addition to that, companies also should use a differentiation strategy. I explained this one to know how to do this different ways. But this involves attempting or distinguishing firms' product or services from competitors with through advertising, creative advertising, new product features, exceptional value-added services, through technology, new technology, but through human resource. There are many ways to do this. Through collaborative practices and so on. But anyhow, this also should be done today, parallel to the cost leadership strategies. Last one, actually these two allow, right, organization to have focus strategy. Focus means market development strategies, target market strategies, or niche market strategies. Good examples are Nike, Adidas, Puma. Those have been using niche market focus strategies from those days. But now all companies, big companies have been doing this. You know, Toyota, Honda, McDonald, Pizza, they have been using the target market strategies, giving much weight to the not only for the global standardization, but for localization, identifying cultural differences in different markets. Right. Then finally, we can say that the three strategies introduced by Porter should work all together for modern businesses, not one by one, isolated manner. Right. Uh, then to implement the identified business level strategies, all organizations should use their functional strategies also effectively in forms of action plans done at the middle level, tactical level. For these major departments can be considered as critical successful factors to help execute the corporate level or business level strategies. Then major functions, departments like marketing, production, finance, HR, R&D, even IT should do this. Because these departments have different expertise. One cannot use another's expertise. No? Therefore, independently they should do this, but to achieve the synergy. People are also working in the departments. Workers are also attached to different departments. Right. Then we have come to the process is over. But I didn't explain the critical successful factors mentioned in the last box of the diagram. Even departments, expertise. So department can be considered as a critical successful factor. Major departments. All these can help the plan execution or strategy execution or implementation. But as I said, evaluation also should happen. Now. Without strategic evaluation, future strategies cannot be well planned and executed. Right. To give the strategic learning, final evaluation is also important. That should come from the operational level. From down the road, it should happen. Even senior managers' performance should be largely determined based on that. Right, these are the three things we have to consider under new trends in strategy area. One is strategic flexibility. That's what we identified in the first, second, and third lessons. Also, especially in the under the need to adapt into the external environment. We consider this, no? Then two types of industry natures were identified as stable, flexible. But in this in this scenario, managers should consider stability and flexibility in a balanced way, right way, right? Not to abolish one. Therefore, this says that many companies are developing adaptable strategies, treating different scenarios. That's what we identified with the particular environmental mapping diagram, right? In the third lesson, to see the level of uncertainty of the environment. Some organizations face low uncertainty, some moderate, some high, right? Therefore, looking at the multiple scenarios, then managers should have a right balance between flexibility and stability, and through that they need to know what kind of speed of change that should be done, whether it is rapid or slow, or whether it is external oriented or internal oriented. But external internal orientation can be reflected in this trait, this one, to know whether they should be very collaborative or partnering with others. Otherwise, they can, if they only rely upon the internal capabilities, they can undermine or reduce looking at the partnership. But even internal, external, organic, non-organic chain approaches should be done in a balanced way, or in the right balance. Even I said centralization, decentralization also should be considered in the right balance. All these should be considered in the right balance. But it doesn't say equal weight should be given to both sides. Just give the weight priority to one side when this requirements. Right. Examples, online collaborations. It has started from the software developing industry, but now applicable to all industries in the world. Collaboration, online collaboration, whatever the business collaborations, like merging, acquisition, joint venture, franchising, licensing, consortium. Last one, global business strategies. Right. This is actually applicable for mainly for firms having international businesses, but this area should be studied by local firms, not going abroad. Reason is what? Even there are multinational foreign companies banning all local markets. Therefore, it gives a competition to the local business. Therefore, this is relevant for organizations having domestic business only. Otherwise, they can't compete with the multinational or foreign brands sold in the local company, even Canada only. Canada only is a multinational brand, a foreign brand. It is available in all houses in Sri Lanka, even in a remote area. Farmers with tea pluckers, coconut pluckers, all are used. Garment factory workers, even directors, right? Doctors, all are using paracetamol. Okay, that's the only medicine recommended by MBBS doctors. Likewise, there are many, even 90% of us products are used as foreign products by Sri Lanka. We have to reduce that. Otherwise, we have to run after IHL quota line. We have to have substitutes already to our own products. Overnight, we can't do that, but step by step, we have to do. Otherwise, we can't even think of development, national development. Right. But we can't disregard the importance of the globalization. It is also important because our products should be sold out to the foreigners, including tourism, local tourism. It's a main part of the export, services export. Right. Then we have to consider actually value addition in all areas. Whether the whole products in a new way. But we can go for the pure innovation also, little by little. Right, then here we have to consider two things. As I mentioned, the need, knowing the need of global standardization or global integration, giving a somewhat homogeneous product or service to the consumers in the world. While doing that, we have to consider the need of matching our global products with the localization, respective country values as well, people values, culture values as well. Otherwise, the multinational companies cannot be successful in different markets in the world. For example, McDonald's should include the ingredients right? Looking at the food and beverage, customs, habits, beliefs of people in the particular country. When it goes to India, it cannot include the beef-related items in burgers and other foods. Cannot be so like. But like I said, the deviation should be there. Right. That is called localization. Need for localization. But to market the McDonald's way, it also should maintain standardization. The advertisement, no logo, color, staff training, all should be done to par with the global standards. But unfortunately, in Sri Lanka, it withdrew McDonald's outlets because of those are not par with the standardization, sanitary facilities, or quality, or reliability of the foods are not par with the global standards, and it had to withdraw temporarily. Whenever those can be complied, then they may reset the franchise in future. With that, we can have this diagram to know how to do the responsiveness and standardization in a balanced way. Then it can be scaled, no? With high focus and low focus. Then there are 4 quadrants in this matrix. Those 4 places can be considered as 4 alternative global business strategies. Right. The low situation is the primary one. Right? You have the internationalization. Actually, these were introduced by 2 scholars in international market. Bartlett and Gosa. You can search for them. Bartlett and Gosa. Maybe the Portuguese name. Bartlett and Gosa are the 2 initially introduced about this internationalization strategies. You can search for Google. It will come. Right. Here, export, import. So, internationalization strategy is the primary one, where the organization has more domestic orientation. Based on the initial experience, it gained from the domestic market, it tries to sell the same products with the improved quality to a selected countries. That's what mostly Sri Lankan exporters are doing. They are still in this basic level with low combination of global standardization and local responsiveness. Even Dilma is very popular in the world market as a #1 tea from Sri Lanka. Even still it is in that level, right? Not reached to this one and those. Even most rubber exporting companies, tea exporting companies, Sri Lankan garments, maybe in there. But most Sri Lankan garments are doing a different strategy. Sometimes they may supply their components, items directly to the global big brands like Marks and Spencer, Gaps, Adidas, Nike. Right? Right. That is a very good strategy. In a backward way, they can directly sell their products to an original brand. Then we have to locate that. It is also in export import, exporting. But they do that, use that strategy. It deals with the global supply chain management. Even Chinese companies started from there, but now they have developed their own brands in the world market. We also should do that. Through the experience we gain about the international market, we should try to promote our own brands in the world market. Indians are doing that. Chinese have done that. Even Malaysian companies, Malaysian companies are doing that. South Korean companies are doing that. staying only here is not enough. You should go through this. The ultimate one is this one. High position is to have a transnational position. Those companies are the market leaders in that area. Giant companies try to maintain both at the highest level. Good examples are Walmart, what we are going to study now. Then Toyota, then Procter and Gamble, Johnson and Johnson, even Philips. They are trying to do that. But some companies are there, similar strategy but slightly different. They are doing more localization, less standardization. Those are the companies in here as using multi-domestic strategy. Multi-domestic. Honda company has this one actually. It is more with localization. Then there are some companies working oppositely to this, no? They are more standardized, less localized. Therefore, those companies are using the globalization strategy. Global business strategy. Sorry, globalization. These are under global business strategies. Those firms are using globalization strategy. Examples are McDonald's. That's the most standardization. Pizza. Then what else? Google company. Google. More software developers like Intel. They are more standards. Right. Or Disneyland. They are more standards. Even in Tokyo Disneyland, similar. The Californian Disney toys are movements are more standardized. Right. The characters are explained here. Within the characters, you can identify some examples as well. Unilever. It's a transnational or globalization. There's more standardization. Nestle. Multi-domestic. More localization should be done in foods. Nestle. HSBC. Multi-domestic. It says that global local bank. Global local bank. Therefore, it gives more localization. It should be done otherwise because financial regulation, interest rates, deposit habits of people are changing now. Because countries, regions. But Citibank, American Express Bank have more standardization. They are more standardization. Because they have fewer clientele in a country, no? Maybe business customers. They have very standardized processes or requirements. But average people cannot follow them. But HSBC is more people oriented. No? There are a lot of options available. Credit cards, facilities, deposits, even. They are much visible in the credit cards throughout the world. But American Express, Citibank credit cards are not used, no? Highly used by all customers. There are privileged customers only. But these companies are also now using even some privileges to all customers. Even our local credit cards offered by local commercial banks, right, to the user privileges. During festival times, we can get discounts for EDD cards or some bank cards, commercial banks. Those are done, but those companies are not following global standards, globalization. These are having some foreign operations with internationalization primary strategy. Like branches of BOC, commercial banks are there in a few countries. No? in South Asian countries. BOC has branches in London as well, but not access to the entire world map as HSBC, etc. doing. At least having one multinational company as a Sri Lankan company is enough to develop the country. Right. Right. But having one is enough. Right. That's the end.